Fatima lived in a small village where the air was full of simplicity and love. Her father was a poor street vendor who ran the household expenses through his small business. He did not have wealth, but he had immense love for his daughter. He always tried his best to fulfill Fatima's every wish, no matter how difficult the situation was. Fatima was a cheerful, hard-working, and good-hearted girl who always took care of her father and remained in his prayers. There was a big tree in the courtyard of their small house which was like a friend to Fatima. She often used to study sitting under that tree, and sitting near it gave her a strange sense of peace. This tree had been standing there for years, but no one knew that a mysterious world also resided under it. There was a deep hole in which a nose lived, but it was not an ordinary nose. One day Fatima was returning from the village. Her foot hit a stone and she fell. Her books scattered on the ground and blood started flowing from her knees. Tears came to her eyes. Suddenly a strange young man stood in front of her. "Can I help you?" he said in a soft voice. Fatima looked up in surprise. The young man was extremely handsome, green eyes, fair complexion and amazing personality. He must have been around 19 to 20 years old. "No thanks, I will pick it up myself." Fatima quickly gathered her books and walked towards home with fast steps, but her heart was beating very fast. After that day, whenever Fatima went to school, she felt as if someone was following her, but when she looked back there was no one there. Sometimes she also felt as if someone was sitting close to her and watching her with deep eyes. At night when she went to sleep, she felt as if someone was sitting close to her and staring at her. She would get up in fear, switch on the light in the room, but no one was there. Fatima began to feel troubled. Was something strange happening to her, or was it just her illusion? One day when she was sleeping in the courtyard under her favorite tree, she was sitting and again felt the same feeling as if someone was sitting near her, but there was no one there. She quickly got up and went inside, but it was becoming difficult for her to get rid of this strange feeling. Meanwhile, Fatima's father Karmadin's health started deteriorating. He was always tired and suddenly started sweating. One day when he was weighing mangoes on his cart, he suddenly fell unconscious. People in the market immediately took him to the village doctor. When a woman from the village told this news to Fatima's mother, she got scared and rushed to the doctor. Seeing Karmadin's condition, the doctor said, "He needs expensive medicines from the city and strict rest. If proper care is not taken, his life may be in danger." Hearing this, Fatima's mother got tears in her eyes. The person who used to run the house was ill. Now the income was not reduced. Who will now take the responsibility of running the house? Fatima's mother Samina started sewing clothes, and Fatima started delivering those clothes to every house, but the circumstances were so tight that many times she had to sleep hungry. One night Samina was busy sewing clothes for the wife of the village Chaudhry. She was a very rich and arrogant woman. She had told Fatima's mother that she needed clothes by morning. After working hard all night, Samina completed the clothes, and in the morning she told Fatima to quickly give these clothes to the Chaudhry. Fatima took the clothes and started walking towards the Chaudhry Sahib's mansion, but during the night she felt as if someone was following her. She kept turning back and looking, but there was no one there. Reaching the door of the mansion, she knocked, but there was no response. She kept waiting, standing in the sun. After about an hour the door opened and a maid called her inside. Chaudhry was coming down the stairs dressed in silk clothes. She was a very arrogant woman who had always looked down upon the poor. "Who are you?" she asked in a sharp voice. "Bibaji, I am Fatima. My mother has sent you clothes." Chaudhry looked at the clothes and narrowed her eyes. Then she said, "Okay, wait, I will bring the money." Fatima had to sit there and wait again. When she got the money, she quickly returned to the house. But this time she could feel someone's presence behind her even more strongly. As she came close to the house, she suddenly felt that someone had come very close to her. She looked back nervously, but there was no one there. But this time there was the same fragrance in the air which that stranger young man had that day. She was operating the machine. Her mother had taught her the skill, and every stitch was reminding her of her mother. "Oh Allah, thank you for giving me the skill." Her eyes were moist, but her hands did not stop. She knew that her mother had not only taught her sewing but also given her the courage to fight the difficulties of life. In the morning, she took the stitched clothes for Chadran and left for the mansion as usual. On reaching the mansion, she gave the clothes to Chadran and took the money and started returning. But today on the way, she felt a strange feeling as if someone was following her. She turned back to look, but there was no one. She quickly moved towards the house and closed the door. Maybe it was my illusion, she consoled herself. It was the second half of the night. There was light moonlight outside. Fatima was sitting in her courtyard and looking at the sky, when she felt someone knocking on the door. She was scared. Who could be there at such a late hour? At first she thought of waking up her father, but then she gathered courage and opened the door herself. As soon as the door opened, her eyes widened in surprise. The same green-eyed stranger was standing in front of her, whose clothes had blood stains and deep wounds on his head.